Good evening, and welcome to Meiosis News at 5. We'd have the news at 10, but we'd end up at 5 anyways. You'll understand that when the broadcast is done. I'm Mr. O. O'Toole. Some people call me Mr. O. Some people call me Mr. O'Toole. Some people call me O. One time, somebody called me, "Hey you, stop scratching your butt like I..." Nobody called me that. "Hey Chip, fire the prompter." Tonight, homologous chromosomes. Why are those haploid cells in such a hurry to become diploid? And what about fertilization? Knuckleheads, communists, and the annual Crossing Over Watch. We can never get enough of the crossing over. Stay tuned. Everybody has an eye on the TV for this one. I'm Mr. O. O'Toole with Channel 5. Look around you, Meiosisville. If you are not near people, look out a window. If you are not near a window, look at your TV or run a Google search. We look different. Those of Meiosis look the same. We at Meiosis, we look different. Why is that? Allow me to explain for our nation's youth that we have instructions on our chromosomes, and they are in little segments. And these are called genes. Genes control proteins, so quite literally, we can face meld like Snapchat allows us to do, only for real. And now it's time for a commercial break.
Now from your freezer section, the new Oreos, Churros, Centrioles! All of you from Meiosisville will love the chocolatey exterior and cream filling with the crumbly crumb stuff to crumble on top of it. Oreo Churros Centrioles!
Human body cells, also known as somatic cells. We have 46 each. Now that equates to 23 from our paternal units and 23 from our maternal units. Now when we think about this, N equals number of chromosomes. So, let's give this a try, kids. N equals 3. If N equals 3, then what indeed would 2N equal? 6. You got it. Oh wait, it was on the board. Let's try another. If N equals 8, then 2N equals... If you said panda, you were right. One more. If N equals 19, then 2N equals tiger. Correct. I think you understand what I mean. One more just to make sure. If N equals 23, 2N equals you and me. 46. And now we talk about gametes. A gamete is a sex cell with half the number of chromosomes as its original cell. A cell with the letter N that we looked at earlier, as it looks like this. N to represent the number of chromosomes, as we had talked about earlier. A cell with one N is known as haploid. Haploid comes from the Greek term of haplous. Haplous. Haplous means single. Haplous, hopeless. Haplous, hopeless? Wait, I'm single. What are you trying to say, Greeks? Anyways, Janet, over to you. Janet, over to you for N plus N. Janet? I'm getting word that Janet has not yet reached her diploid status. Looks like I will be continuing the news from here. So once again, we come back to the N. If we have an N plus an N, what do we get? If N equals haploid, then N plus N equals fertilization. Does this really need further explanation? I think not. Now, earlier we talked about 1N and 2N. 1N equals 23, 2N equals you and me. Human chromosomes, 46. There is another term for 2N that is very important. Diploid. We are diploid. Di being the prefix, meaning two. We are diploid. There is another thing called polyploidy. When you eat a banana, you are eating 3N. When you eat a strawberry, you are indeed eating 8N. Genetically modified organisms. That's another newscast. I'm hearing we have breaking news here. The crossing over is happening. Let's break live to the crossing over event right now. Over to you, Janet. But first, a word from our sponsors.
Are you running out of DNA? Call 555 DNA Quick. We have it by the bundle in your size, male or female. Whatever you need. DNA.
Janet? Janet? Looks like I'll be taking it from here as well. Meiosis is a type of cell division that produces gametes with reduced chromosomes. Now, of course, the children of Meiosisville we are completely aware of crossing over. We flock to it every year. We wait for it. And when we do, we know that we've performed our job here at Meiosis,ville. But some still think that it needs distinction and explaining, so for that matter, I will define crossing over. Crossing over is the process in which chromosomal sections are exchanged between a pair of homologous chromosomes. Homologous chromosomes, as we remember, are, this happens in the P of PMAT, but we all know PMAT because in PMAT we trust here at Meiosis,ville. It means genetic variation. What would the world be like without meiosis? I would hate to see that world. All right. So, I believe I told you that I had never had a churro before, but I was corrected. I believe I have had churros in my childhood, so this is my public apology to you. In addition, I always want to think of churros when I think of you. So I have introduced a new churro experience into my life simply for you. Mr. O's churros right here. They have this Oreo crumb package, which looks quite crummy. As you can see, it is a churro. And this is a mess, a very big mess. It doesn't look very appetizing. It has the consistency of cardboard. The box says cream filling. I see nothing. Still, it has a nice sweet taste.